Jose was an inspiration. He was a mentor. He was my friend.
He was a student of this kind of fishing.
He wanted to go see places and do things and explore places that people had never been or maybe never done the way he did.
He loved that adrenaline rush of crossing a bridge that's not supposed to be crossed.
Everywhere he went, everyone invited Jose to come fishing with him.
So many anglers around the world know who Jose Wejebe is.
He was the ambassador to the Florida Keys.
There's no doubt in my mind that he put the Keys on the map.
He didn't just promote the fishing, he promoted the lifestyle.
I don't think anybody is more synonymous with fishing than Jose Wejebe.
Yeah! He had the passion for wanting to be the best.
Jose really kind of pioneered a different kind of fishing show.
Spanish Fly was certainly one of the most watched fishing shows in the history of fishing shows.
It was nice to see someone on TV that actually knew what they were doing.
His affinity for the camera was always evident.
The Jose that people saw on camera was the real Jose. That's the way he was.
He was quite fearless. Didn't matter what was in the water at the time. He wanted to get in.
He jumped in the water with the camera and said, you know, no worries, bro, no worries.
The fishing experiences, the techniques, the places, the things he did, he shared it with everybody.
He showed the diversity of everything. I mean, he showed it all.
It was the show to watch. He covered the world of sports fishing.
So how can you top that kind of experience? You know, you're on a trip of a lifetime and you catch, you know, a fish of a lifetime. You've caught many of your first fish and you still imagine that there's days to come.
He was truly one of a kind, an American original who was able to pursue his passion to the highest level and share that passion with America and the world for 17 years as the host of the Spanish Fly. Jose Wejebe was born in Cuba in the 1950s, not long before Fidel Castro and revolution came to that island nation. For private citizens like the Wejebe family, it was a disaster. Everything was taken from them, his father was imprisoned, and when he was lucky enough to get out, they used every connection they had to get themselves out of the country. His mother, Grace Wejebe, tells the story.
We came from Cuba when he was 1 and 8 months old, 8 years, 9 months, and Alba was 9 months old, his sister. We left everything we had.
Thousands of freedom-loving Cubans have been sentenced to long prison terms or death by firing squad.
It was very trying times, but very, you know, trying to grow up or start all over. But I had them and I had my family, and we got along. We did have to work very hard.
Starting with nothing in a new country, the family worked hard and made the best of what they had.
Always very good to me, making fun of the way I talk.
His whole life coming from Cuba, coming over to Miami, and then working his way down in the Keys because of the fishing, obviously, and getting to the point where he was at was an incredible story.
From his earliest years, something interesting was developing within him. A lifelong fascination with the sea. The water and what lived in it was a source of endless curiosity, even an obsession for him.
We were like in 100 feet of water, and the anchor broke. And he must have been 13, 14 years old. He went all the way down. He found the anchor and he brought it up. And that was quite amazing to me.
When Jose was a late teenager, he was a porpoise trainer, dolphin trainer, at the Miami Seaquarium.
My dad and my mom met at Miami Seaquarium, and my dad worked his way up from being a diver, from cleaning tanks and collecting aquarium fish, to a sea lion and dolphin trainer.
And then from there, he came to Key Largo and started collecting fish. And he started working as making boats, fishing boats, and all the time doing everything in relation to the water.
From a dolphin trainer to a tropical fish collector, his passion for the sea was leading him toward the Florida Keys and to the life of a fisherman. His life's path was clear now. There was no looking back.
Jose was never a normal guide. He was never a normal guy. He slid into an era between the old guides and the new guides in Florida. And he had more of the old guide in him than anything else.
Let's go fishing.
You ready?
I think so.
Jose Wejebe and his lifelong friend Rob Fordyce had shared many interests and experiences. But one of the most important things they shared was the mentoring and knowledge they had received from Flip Pallett. Flip and Rob spent a day on the water with memories of Jose and his first boat.
I think it was a great big Maverick, one of those great big old Mavericks.
That's what he started it?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah. I got it from Lenny Berg, and he did go on to be a guide, a very good one. The first time that I ever actually met Jose, he had befriended Stu Apt.
Flip Pallett was vice president in charge of loans of the International Bank of Miami. And I took Jose over there and introduced them.
He said he wants to become a captain and a guide along the Keys and needs a loan to buy a boat and a truck, and he needs a credit card.
Flip arranged for him to get a loan because Jose didn't show any income. And normally he would not have gotten that loan.
He was, I can't remember exactly how old Jose was then. He was quite young to be borrowing money from a bank. Although those loans were questioned, Jose was never a day late on any of those credit extensions.
And he got that loan, bought the boat, and that was his start.
Jose and Flip Pallett spent some time together on Flip's show, The Walker's Cay Chronicles, Remembering.
So, how many years is it now that you've been down here in the Keys?
23 now.
23.
Seems like only yesterday you were working as a banker. You gave me the first loan I ever had for the first boat I ever owned.
That's right, I remember that. And you know what? You have really come a long way in this here fishing world.
Part of the thing that makes it so special is just being able to be out here and seeing all this stuff. You know, and the fish happen to be swimming in this thing is the bonus, you know, and that you happen to catch one every now and then is an even greater bonus. But just to being out here and being able to take all this stuff in and look around and just see how really beautiful it truly is, you know, that's really the best part of being able to fish.
First time I saw the boat after he became a guide, he had big, bold letters painted on the side. Tarpon's Terra. I said, Jose, with a name like Jose Wejebe, you can't have Tarpon's Terra on that. You gotta have Spanish fly. And that was how that Spanish fly began and came about.
Though Jose will always be associated with the Spanish fly, a few remember his very first appearance on television, a young guide on Flip's original series, The Saltwater Angler.
The Saltwater Angler, with your guide, America's premier saltwater fisherman, Flip Pallett.
It's pretty to see. You don't usually see tarpon quite this shallow.
Not this shallow.
I can live with this problem.
Can you live? Okay.
See, there's some more tuskers rolling out there.
It's tarpon. Yeah, get the tarpon rod out.
Whoa.
Feel a bite?
Yeah, he's got it.
Go for it. All right. Way to go, Flipper.
Can you believe this, Jose?
Woo, nice fish. Nothing wrong with him.
And I'd say this fish is probably in the 40s, the low 40s maybe.
Yeah, it's amazing. Sometimes you'll get a 100-pounder comes in 10 minutes, and then another 80-pounder will take you an hour and a half to land. I guess you're gonna make me get to work, huh?
Yes, sir.
There we go. I got
him. Want me to get him from you?
Yeah, I got him.
I'd like to see him.
Oh, that's a nice fish, Flip. That's bigger than I thought.
Yeah, he is a little bigger now that I get a look at him.
Isn't that a nice fish?
Yeah, he is. He really, really is.
You got to ask yourself, what would Jose do? He was a playful little devil, wasn't he?
Oh, there you go. There you go. You got a nibble there, Doc. You know what? Of all the fish, I think that was Jose's favorite fish. Just tarpon. You know, it didn't matter the size, just tarpon. I'm gonna tell you what, if you ever get tired of catching these, then
Yeah, check yourself in somewhere.
you should. You should be done. There we go.
Here, you want to try this?
No, you did that so well, I want to see you do it again. Always.
I mean, Jose always knew where the camera was. I mean, it was innate in him. I mean, he did it with all his little sit-down segments, and you could see it early on. I mean, his affinity for the camera was always evident.
And then the fly just went right over one, went behind two and went right over one. That fish just kind of looked up like that one. A little backwards gulp of the fly, you know. Keep stripping. You got it, you got it, you got it. It was really pretty. Of course, then Georgie whacked him, whack him, whack him, whack him.
I got him.
You know, got to get a good hook set on them initially, because what happens is once they start running and jumping and thrashing, you know, if you only get the little point of the hook in, if you get a little tiny hook set, you know, you don't get that hook buried in there, the hook will fall out. That's a pretty fish, Georgie.
Even a tarpon that size.
He's not huge. What'd you say, about 35 pounds, 30 pounds?
Baby. For us, a baby.
Good job, pal. Good job.
In the beginning, I was the show host, and he was the guest on the show.
I've talked to Jose many times about him doing shows with Flip. The first show I ever did myself was a Walker's Chronicles. He asked me about the same.
The phenomenon is that in the beginning, all the information and all the mentoring is sort of going downhill. But if it's done right, the person being mentored begins to approach the level or even surpass the mentor. And when that happens, it's the greatest compliment to the mentor that can possibly occur.
It was a common thing for the three of us because we're such old friends and grew up fishing with Flip as youngsters. Any two of the three of us together, it was another day of us on an adventure. The cameras just happened to be there for the ride. I never forget that you kept telling me, you know, there's a guy fishes in the Keys that you need to meet. You know, young guide, and it was Jose. And you gave us both our numbers and we never called each other. Every time I'd see you, did you call Jose? You know, when I was in my senior year of high school, I got lucky and won the Master Angler, thing in the Met. I'll never forget, you called me and congratulated me, and Al Pfluger called me and congratulated me. And Jose, who I'd never talked to, we'd never met or anything, called me and congratulated me on what an accomplishment that was, at a young age and everything.
Jose, ever the gentleman.
That meant a lot to me, that he went out of his way to make that call, not even knowing me, but appreciated what I had done, And it wasn't too long thereafter that he invited me to come down and fish with him. And then the bond was created from that point on, Doesn't seem like it was that long ago, but it was.
It was. It's amazing. It's the blink of an eye.
Yep.
There he is, there he is, there he is.
I saw that fish come up behind it.
Craziness, absolute craziness.
That was such a cool bite. He actually ate it. Did you see him flash? And then he came up and ate.
This is all lit up beautiful, man. That's so pretty. That's what you live for right there, bros, just to see that, Oh! Get a push pull. Freaking shark.
That was a serious bull shark.
Whoa, whoa, he's after him. Crank it up.
Oh, here.
Clear. Huh? Clear.
Hold on.
I'm with you.
Hold on.
That engine running, bro, I think sometimes help keep that shark away just a
Yeah,
little bit.
And put it in neutral and gas it.
Yeah, make some noise sometimes. Go, go, go. Nicely done, Captain. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's let him go.
It's good times, brother.
None the worse for the wear. You know what? It just seems like the harder some places are to get into, the more you appreciate them. I think we get spoiled sometimes logistically of how easy it is to get on a dock and get on a boat. But the Bavaro Lagoon is a very closed off lagoon, and really access to that was very, very limited. And so what they did is they hacked out with machetes, they hacked out a little channel through the sawgrass that I think to use the word channel is very, very generous in this particular case. Oh, doggy! That's right where he was! Whoa! You gotta be kidding me! Look at this thing!
Yes,
You gotta be kidding me!
Wow.
Whoa! ¡Qué alegría! What happiness! ¡Qué belleza, Dios mío! Getting into that lagoon is that it was an absolute pure exploratory. It had never been done before. I think there's something really wonderful that speaks to the heart of the explorer and every fisherman about being in a new area and breaking ground in that area.
Which way are you going?
I think he was going left.
I do too. Oh no, that was bad.
All right.
Oh, they love the jitteries.
He did. He couldn't stand the jitteries.
Now, how did you know that jitteries were lacking?
That's what I do.
What you do?
That's what I do.
Yes.
There we go. Oh, there you go. That one stayed stuck. Very nice.
Oh yes, right here.
I don't think he's done yet though. But we're done with him. That was perfect though. That was perfect. We didn't have to grab him, he didn't have to get hurt. You know, just thinking about this moment we just had in here with these tarpon, Jose would be so happy and we were in his boat doing this, you know, he and I fished for tarpon a ton together. It was really our favorite thing to do together. It feels pretty neat to be here. And if he were here, he'd be enjoying this right now. I bet he's enjoying watching us do it.
Think?
I think he is.
The first chapter of Jose Wejebe's remarkable life set the course for everything to come. A life inseparable from the sea, a successful career as an inshore and offshore guide. When Spanish Fly, a celebration continues, Jose gets his big break, a shot at hosting his own show. That's coming on Chapter 2, A Star is Born.